Hello everyone, my name is Jason Nieh, and this is my final project for CIS 3367 with Professor Wheeler. So, a little background on what this final project is supposed to be about. We're supposed to choose a topic that we're passionate about and use a couple of the concepts that we learned in class within this project. Very flexible. We want to choose something we're passionate about, and the theme that I chose was the Bowery Mission. So the Bowery Mission is a non-for-profit organization that assists the homeless, whether it would be feeding them, whether it would be providing them shelter. They also have some really great programs for long-term development, which is honestly what the homeless people do need. So adult programs, men, women. They also have summer camps for at-risk children. So they do a lot of great stuff. So based on what we learned in class, I decided to focus on two concepts. One being the income statement analysis, the second being solver. So, going back, the Bowery Mission, they recently had a very successful event, which was for Thanksgiving. On November 23rd, on Thursday, the Bowery Mission served over 7,850 meals to hungry men, women, and children. So, 7,850 is a lot of meals. And in order to make that happen, over here they indicate that they prepared and served 577 turkeys, 5,290 pounds of potatoes, over 1,000 pounds of vegetables, pies, stuffing, gravy, the whole 9 yards. They also even gave care packages, and each guest received a coat. So they had a very successful event. And I was wondering, what if I was an event planner for Bowery Mission? How can I use Excel? How can I use what I learned in class to really make this plan efficiently? So, over here, I created a little income statement. So, I didn't take this off their annual report. Instead, I took the format of the income statement and really made it my own based off the information I have from the Bowery Mission. So really quick overview of the income statement. So there's revenue, and I have two sources of revenue, one being donation, the other being suggested donation. So donations are whatever the Bowery Mission already receives throughout the year and say, hey, we're going to put this money towards this event. But a suggested donation is, I believe anybody who walks through the door is not required to pay anything. But if they would like their suggested donation of just $1.80, a very subsidized meal, but maybe not everybody will pay that. So I made the assumption that 50 people of the ones attending will make the donation. Rather conservative, but it's okay. Then we have the section of expenses. We have the variable expenses, which will fluctuate based on the number of people. So over here, I indicate that for every meal that is given to an attendee, about 88 cents worth of turkey is given to them. 61 cents of potatoes, $6 worth of materials in the blessing bags, a $10 coat. So all this adds up to account for the variable costs. Variable plus fixed costs equals the total expenses, and total revenue minus total expenses will equal net income before taxes. But as it is a non-profit, there is not a lot of income tax, and the net income will just be the gross profit. So, the prompt that I gave myself for this was, hey, there is a shortage of donations this year. Using GoalSeek, how much should the suggested donation be if everything else stays the same? So, the donations currently are $135,000. But imagine if there wasn't that much money. What if there was only $125,000? How will that affect the suggested donation? Because as you can see, the net income is negative, and that is not very desirable. And if a way to offset this negative balance is to increase the suggested donation by a tiny bit, maybe that's something worth looking into. So this is a great opportunity to use what we learned in class called GoalSeek. So we want to set the net income to equal 0. We don't want to go negative. but we also want to efficiently and effectively use all our resources. And we want to change the cell D7, the suggested donation. Let's see if this will make a difference. Oh wow. So in order for us to balance out our income statement to have a net income of not a negative number, the suggested donation rose to $4.35. So thankfully, the Bowery mission did not have to charge people that much money. But this just goes to show how important it is to fundraise properly and plan effectively ahead in order to make sure that we do not need to charge these people any more than they deserve here during the holidays. So now it's time to get started using Solver. The income statement, I adjusted the income statement a little bit in order to match the functions of Solver. But here's a prompt that I gave myself in this part of the project. So, if we have a large donation of X amount of dollars, what is the max number of people that we can serve with a large donation? So once again, the revenue stays the same with our two sources of revenue being donations and suggested donation. This time we're keeping the suggested donation at $1.80. But the variable expenses had to be adjusted a little bit to better match the functions of Solver. And Solver being just goal seek, but a little bit more complex. So here I have turkey, veggies, and chicken. So this indicates the different meals that we can give to those that do come. So the different meals will have different prices. So turkey, the turkey meal would include the potatoes, the veggies, but the over here I have indicated the price of $14.50 because that would include the care package and the coats. Second option will be veggies. So some people don't like turkey and they would prefer just eating a vegetarian meal. So to be conservative, every 4 meals of turkey we want to have just 1 plate of veggies also available in case they want to eat veggies, and that being cheaper being $14. But if somebody really doesn't like turkey, we also will have chicken, and I gave the unit price to be $15. So once again, going back to the prompt, what is the max number of people that we can serve with a large donation of X amount of dollars? Over here, we have donations of $120,000, and it can serve a total number of 8,840 people. What if we adjusted that a little bit? Here I have a scroll bar which will adjust the amount of donations that we have. Let's see. Let's move it up a little bit more. $136,810. Let's see. So we do not have calculated the maximum number of attendees. We see that there is net income, a positive net income, which means we aren't using all our resources. So how many more people can we invite to join us in our meal? Well, the way to solve that problem instead of doing it manually would be to use Solver. Solver, to quickly go over all the parameters of Solver, I want to set B4, number of attendees, to its max, as much as possible. And the variables that we want to change are E12 to E14. E12 to E14, the number of turkey meals, the number of veggie meals, and the number of chicken meals. Here are some of the constraints. Well, we do not want to have a negative net income because we want to effectively use all our resources. We want to make sure that we're not making half meals for anybody, so E12 to E14 have to be integers. E13 and E14 veggies, the veggies have to be 1/4 the number of turkey, and chicken have to be 1/6 of the number of turkey meals as well. So with all this in place, we can now solve, and let's see what happens. Solver has found a solution, and the max number of attendees with this amount of donations is $136,000. Is 10,081 attendees. So we are nearing the conclusion of my presentation. I just wanted to say that Solver and GoalSeek are very, very effective tools that can help anybody planning events to budget properly, to make sure that, hey, we have enough money for X amount of people. Or, we have this much money, how many more people can we invite? Solver, Excel, do this wonderfully, and I had a very, very enjoyable time looking through the Bowery mission and the great cause that they were supporting. So this is the end of my presentation. Thank you very much.